Let's solve this question. Milk and water are mixed in a vessel A in the ratio 5:3 and in vessel B in the ratio 9:7. In what ratio should quantities be taken from two vessels so as to form a mixture in which milk and water will be in the proportion 7:5, right? So they are saying that there are two vessels, so X and A and B, vessel A and vessel B, and both are containing a combination of milk and water. And in the first one they are saying that the milk and water are in the ratio of 5:3. So if we assume that 5 parts is the milk, then 3 parts will be water. That is what is given from the first one, right? A. And in the second one, vessel B, 9:7 is the ratio, which means 9 parts of it, if we assume that is milk, then 7 parts of it will be water. This is what is given. Now from this they are saying that in what ratio the quantities be taken. So we are going to form a new mixture, right, by taking some quantities of this and by taking some quantities of this. In what ratio should these quantities be chosen in such a way that the final mixture is going to contain 7:5 ratio of milk is to water. So which means it should contain 7 parts and 5 parts. 7 parts milk and 5 parts water. Now what is that you are supposed to take? So if you assume that you are going to take A liters from A and B liters from this one, then they are asking about what is the ratio of A is to B, right? In what ratio the quantities be taken. Now how to solve it? There are various ways to solve it. So if you see this directly, you can find out, if you assume that A liters is what you are taking from here, you can find out what is the total milk coming from here and what is the total milk coming from here, and then the remaining will be water. Therefore we can find out the milk is to water ratio has to be 7:5. You can apply that. See this, what I mean to say is, what is the total milk you are going to get if you are going to take A liters from here? So total milk equal to A into 5/8, isn't it? So since it is in the ratio of 5:3, then the milk will be 5/8 of it, right? So 5/8 plus what is the total milk you are getting from this one? You are going to get, if you assume that you are taking B liters from this, then it is going to be 9/16, right? So B into 9/16 is what you are going to get. This is the total amount of milk you are going to get from the second vessel, divided by what is the total amount of water. So if 5/8 parts of A is milk, then obviously the water is going to be the remaining 3/8, right? Plus if 9/16 is the milk, your part of milk you are getting from B, the remaining is going to be water, right? So what is remaining? 1 minus if you do it. So 16 means 7, right? So B into 7/16 is going to be water. Now they have given that this milk is to water equal to how much? 7:5. Are you getting this? In the final mixture, this is going to be the milk and this is going to be the water. It is going to be 7:5. Now you can apply cross multiplication and you can find the ratio between A and B. So if you solve it, you are supposed to get A is to B equal to 1:2. But then it is going to take, see, if you don't remember anything, any formula of alligations and all, you can go this way, but it might be somewhat difficult to compute. I mean, not difficult, but not very fast. You cannot do it very fast. So if you remember that this model can be solved in that alligations formula type. So instead of talking about both milk and water, you can go with the percentage of milk present in both of them, right? See, if this is the milk which is going to be present in a mixture which is containing A plus B liters, then what is the percentage of milk? The percentage of milk present that is going to be present in the final container or in the final mixture is going to be A into 5/8 plus B into 9/16 divided by A plus B, which means the amount of milk divided by total quantity of mixture into 100. So this is the percentage of milk present in the container. This should be equal to, they have already given the ratio of milk is to water as 7:5. So convert into percentages. So how to convert the ratio into percentages? 7 parts is milk and the total is 12 parts into 100. So this one we are going to see in ratios and proportions, right? So converting ratios to percentages. Now if you see this is in the formula of alligations, right? So this, if we assume that this is the overall average, if we assume that this is the average of one group, and if we assume that this is the average of the other group, A1 and A2 is going to be this one, and this one is going to be N1, and this one is going to be N2. Now you can directly apply that. So what is it? N1 is to N2 ratio equal to A minus A2 divided by A1 minus A. Now what is A2? A2 is 9 by 16 minus A. A is 7 by 12, right? So 7 by 12 minus A2 is 9 by 16 divided by A1 is 5 by 8 minus A is 7 by 12. If you compute it, you are going to get N1 by N2 equal to 1 is to 2, right? So you are going to get something as 1 by 48 is to 1 by 24. This is going to be 1 by 48, it is going to be 1 by 24. Now you are going to get it as 1 is to 2. Okay, that is one way of solving it. Other way of solving it is, again, if you see this mixtures alligations formula, you can directly use the diagram. So what does the diagram do? See this here. Now A1 is 5 by 8 and A2 is 9 by 16, higher value here and lower value here. Okay, higher value is 5 by 8, by it is 10 by 16, it is 9 by 16, got it? So if you multiply numerator and denominator with 2, you are going to get 10 by 16, that is why it is greater. And here it is going to be 7 by 12. Now you find out the difference, write it here, find out this difference, write it here, and it is going to be N1 is to N2, right? So what will be N1 is to N2 is, if you take the difference and write it here, it is going to be 1 by 48. If you take this difference and write here, it is going to be 1 by 24. Now N1 is to N2 equal to 1 is to 2. Even here also you are going to get the same. Okay. So if you don't remember anything, or if you don't want to apply any of these formulas, you can directly solve it this way. But solving it this way, if you remember the formula, will make it a bit faster. Okay. Fine. So this question could also be solved by using the water side of the question, right? So here we have taken the milk side of the question, but then you can even take the water values and solve it. So whatever I have taken here is percentage of milk present, and I am equating both the sides. Now instead of that, you could have even taken the percentage of water present, right? So what is that way? Now this is the total milk present. Now I will put it here in the numerator, and denominator is going to be A plus B only, into 100. If I do it, that is going to be the percentage of water present in the final mixture, right? Now that has to be equal to, instead of writing it as 7 by 12, I will write it as 5 by 12. Why? Because milk is only 5 parts, therefore 5 by 12 into 100. If I write it, then if I solve it, again I will get A is to B is 1 is to 2 only. But then only the thing is, the values which I am going to take will all be from water side. Okay, fine.
Hi, if you are planning to do masters, then doing masters abroad is better than doing masters in India. I'll give you all the reasons. So, first reason is, out of 1 lakh students who take GATE every year, there are only 500 seats in old IITs. So all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%, and universities better than IITs, they have very good acceptance rate like 30%, 40%. But all the IITs put together have an acceptance rate of 0.5%. And if you are working hard to get into IIT Bombay's ranking is 177 and IIT Roorkee's ranking is 400. If you are happy to get into IIT Roorkee, then getting into universities better than IIT Roorkee is easier compared to getting into IIT Roorkee. And looking at the salaries for computer science, for software jobs, if you have done your masters in computer science in US, the salaries are ranging from 80 lakhs per year to 1.2 crore per year. So even if you take an average of 1 crore per year, your savings will be much higher than the salaries in India. After taxes and your cost of living, you can easily save 40 to 50 lakhs per year. And in India, the maximum jobs that you get is around 30 lakhs. So your savings will be much greater than the salaries in India. And these are all the services that we provide. University shortlisting. So depending on your profile, we will shortlist what are the universities that you have to apply, and statement of purpose building, and then LOR guidance, and GRE and English test assistance, and education loan assistance. So you don't have to have any collateral, which means without any security, now you can get education loan. Getting education loan is very simple these days, and whatever the amount of fee that you have a range of universities. You can apply for 10 lakh universities, 20 lakh universities, or 50 lakh universities. But whatever it is, you are going to get complete education loan, and you can pay off your education loan in 1 year after you get a job. And then we do visa assistance, mock visa interviews, and then connecting with the university alumni. So now you might ask why we should join Game of Visas. So the answer is we have 90% success rate, 99% success rate. And these are all the destinations that we guide the students to. So we guide students to any country that you want to go. So now it is not just USA. We guide to UK, Germany, Australia, Canada. So we guide students to all the countries. We work with all the destinations. And if you are interested in going abroad, you have to just drop us a message on this WhatsApp number 9494 555 454. Okay, thank you.